Happy Friday, everybody. Let's see here. I want to touch base on a couple of things. The MIOSHA hearings that are coming up and the implementation of the rules. I know that has a lot of people upset, rightfully so. I want to give you an update on that. Also, want to touch on line 5, kind of a follow-up to all that's been going on this week. I got a hair sticking up there. But I want to start with this mask situation. There's some confusion there. I'm recording this a little after 12 today, and I guess the governor is going to come out with some information here today. So hopefully she does. This is what I'm being told is going to happen, so I'll mention it. So the CDC has basically removed mask mandates if you're vaccinated. Long and the short of it, I know the discussions have been out there. And there's confusion about what's going to happen in the state. I'm told, as of this recording at 12:15 on Friday, that the governor is going to lift some of the mask mandates. Now, bear with me. I know people are already, I'll never wear a mask. I know. Please bear with me while I'm just giving you what's out there, okay? Okay? The governor will, as of 9 a.m. tomorrow, will lift outdoor masks completely. Not that I see many people wearing them outside, but they'll be gone. Indoor will go away for vaccinated folk. Indoor will remain for non-vaccinated through July 1. All right. So CDC has done this now. According to the report I'm getting, as of this recording at a little after 12, the governor will be announcing today that as of tomorrow, outdoor masks go away completely. Indoor go away for vaccinated, fully vaccinated, and indoor mask mandate would remain for non-vaccinated through July 1. Now, here's the problem. And this is where I remember talking about this a year ago when all of this started, this mask mandates. I'm not for mask mandates. I'm not for mandates. I believe that people need to make that choice for themselves. I believe that the vast majority of people wore masks. The number of people who didn't was small. I find no fault with that. Everybody's got to make their decision. Again, I've always talked about the balance or lack of balance that our governor has shown in handling this. But here we are. We now have this. How do you know? Well, you can't ask me if I'm vaccinated. You're absolutely right. So we now have to trust people. We have to trust people. And once again, our small business people could be put right in the middle of this because my mask police, how do we know they're vaccinated? How do you know I'm not? It's my business. So I need the people that are mask nutstos. You've got to wear a mask, and if you're not wearing a mask, you're a terrible person. I need those people to realize they can't tell who's vaccinated and who isn't. I need the people who aren't vaccinated or who aren't wearing masks and don't give a rip to realize that if you walk into a store or a business and that business is still trying to figure this out, let's not put that small business person into an enforcement. I think you're going to see a lot of businesses just say, you know what, you be you. But I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know, every business is going to have to decide. Maybe that restaurant is going to say to their staff, hey, do you want to just keep wearing the masks when you're out there, all right? I don't know. Point is, don't shame somebody if they're not wearing a mask. Don't shame somebody if they are. All right? That's important as we move through this next phase. Again, I think things could have been handled way different than they have, but we're where we're at now and we have to deal with where we're at. So as I'm being told as of 9 a.m. Saturday, and again, as I'm recording this, the governor hasn't said this, I'm hearing she will, that as of tomorrow at 9 a.m., outdoor masks go away completely, indoor go away for fully vaccinated, but indoor masks remain for those who aren't vaccinated through July 1st. The question is, how do you know you aren't? Let's everybody chill. And let's let our small business, restaurant type folk deal with it as they see fit, okay? And if they tell you can't come in because you don't have a mask, move on. If they're letting people in without a mask and you're, freaking, just settle down. Does that make sense? I hope it does. All right, I want to move on. Next thing that's important is the MIOSHA. The governor wants to make these pandemic rules permanent for businesses. So there's a hearing. Now, there is a process, and I've been getting a lot of this can't happen. So here's the deal. We are fighting this. It's called JCAR, the Joint Committee on Rules, and there's going to be hearings, and there's a process to this. I want you to know the legislature is doing everything we can to stop these rules from happening. But there is a process, and the first process needs your help. I know what are you going to do about it, O'Malley? Well, what I'm going to do about it here is tell you how you can help us, okay? I have posted on this Facebook page a link that you can go and send us your testimony. Send us via email why you think that these business mandates and these business rules, it would be ridiculous to move forward with them permanently. I need you to have a rational discussion there, because what we're going to do is on the 26th of May, there are two virtual hearings that MIOSHA has to have on these to take public input. The way the system works is that MIOSHA then has to take those concerns of all the people who testify and adjust or not, but hopefully adjust their rules. Then they go before the JCAR committee, and then there's a process that rolls on, okay? So what we need you to do is, because not everybody's going to be able to make that Zoom conference on May 26th, and you're also going to have that link to how to go to that and try and get in there if you'd like. But send us your comments via that link in that email. It's on my Facebook page. You have to go find it. Please do it. It's simple. We can then submit that as your testimony to MIOSHA, okay? This is an important step. I ask, as always, that you be rational and respectful in your argument. Doesn't mean you can't be passionate, but, you know, the name calling and whatnot, I understand the frustration. Trust me, I do. But in this email, I believe you should be respectful, right? Passionate, but respectful. So do that. Then we can help you. We are going to fight tooth and nail against this. This extension of pandemic rules is ridiculous, which is sort of how the governor's done a lot of things over the last couple of years. But MIOSHA, we are fighting. We are pushing back. We are doing things. We need your help. Send us that letter. Small business people, big business people, employees, if you see this as a hindrance, but let's do it rationally, okay? The link is on this Facebook page to go click and send us your testimony, okay? It's important that you do that. I would love to have stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of testimony, okay, for that MIOSHA hearing on May 26th. Also look for the link if you want to get in. I know they're limited on size, but you might want to try. All right? Very good now. All right, and lastly, I want to touch on line 5. This week it's been interesting. The governor had what I consider an arbitrary time of this Wednesday to shut the pipe down. And I heard a comment from a protester on the news the other day. When I heard it, I thought, oh my gosh. People, we're not on lots of topics. People get this idea in their head and they don't want to listen to the other side. And this is where I'm at with line 5. Let me explain where I'm at, because I know there's environmentalists out there that think I'm the son of Satan because I think we need to build the tunnel. So here's where I'm at. The pipeline was designed massively fantastic in 1953. It's inch-thick steel. It's got girth welds, not seam welds. So it's ridiculously safe. It is not rusting because it sits in a freshwater cold lake. And they've got it coated and they do things to it to keep the rust down. All right. So I believe the pipe is actually technically probably got at least 100 years left in it. But I realize that not everybody agrees with that. And I realize that there is a certain risk in everything we do. I walk out to my mailbox, I could get hit by a car. There's that risk, right? It's there, but it's small. So I understand there is a risk of a leak of line 5 in the Straits. I also know there's a risk of a leak in the pipes that are under the St. Clair River or the Detroit River. But we aren't talking about those. Why not? I also know that former Governor Granholm, now Secretary of Energy Granholm, who the other day talking about the Colonial Pipeline shutdown and people were talking about how do we truck all this oil across the East Coast, she said, well, it's known that pipelines are the safest way to move this product. Well, that goes against what I'm hearing about Line 5. Pipelines are the safest way to move oil? They are. So what do our environmentalists want? Shut down Line 5, add 2,100 trucks a day, 24/7, belching carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide into the air, the possibility of a spill in the pristine forests of the Upper Peninsula or I-75, anywhere. That's all there, right? The damage to our roads, it's all there. But we have this very slight possibility of a problem in the Straits area, but that's enough to have to shut down Line 5. So here's the compromise. Build the tunnel. It's 100 feet below the lake bed. Even if there is a leak, it ain't getting into the lake, right? Now we got eyeball, dry, fluorescent light, or halogen or whatever, LED light on it. We can go and we look at it. It's so much more, it's a compromise. But if you are focused on one thing, you're never going to listen to compromise. So now let's get back to the comment I heard from this protester. And I know she means it from her heart, but she is ignorant of the facts. She said, well, they need to shut this down because the governor gave them plenty of time. She said in November, she gave them 180 days to shut this down and figure out a different way to deliver the oil. All right, well, let's look at this. 180 days. We heard testimony on Tuesday's committee. It will take well over a year to get enough trucks built. There's back order of tanker trucks already. We need rail cars that we don't have. We have rail beds needed that aren't there anymore because they were turned into hiking and biking trails. How about we do this? Are we going to need to take those hiking and biking trails back so we could build rail lines? You're not taking my biking trail. What are you talking about? All right. We don't, it's going to take years. One company said they would need 50 new drivers and they can't hire them because they don't exist. So when this young lady says, well, she gave them ample time, 180 days. Young lady, you have no idea what you're talking about. Our governor didn't call in the industry and say, what's it going to take when we shut this down to figure this out? She just decreed 180 days, it must be closed. Taking logic and common sense into the discussion didn't happen. She's pandering to her environmental base, and that's all it is. There's no logical way to do this other than shut up, let them build the tunnel, and let's get it off the lake bed. That is the common sense response. So I want to address the environmental concerns, but many environmental people don't want to hear reason. La, 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 la. That's where we're at. So I want to be respectful. I just want that same respect back. And we need to be sensible. I don't want 2,100 trucks, 4 per mile on I-75, 24/7. The chances of accidents and death, there's risk in everything, ladies and gentlemen. There's risk going to the mailbox. I might trip and break an ankle, but I do it every day. We have to move forward. Build the tunnel. Build the tunnel. Build the tunnel. Let's be respectful as we move forward with this mask situation, all right? Let everybody just be who they are. Take a chill pill on that one, all right? I'm out of here. Have a good weekend. Monday, I'm doing something fun in the afternoon. I will fill you in on Monday's update. It's, it'll be fun. So I'll give you a little tease on that. All right, I'm long tonight. Have a good one. Take care.